Hello everyone, EtherSong here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about reading in Japanese for all language learner levels. For clarification, this is not a video about how to read, but rather what to read. As such, it'll be most useful for those who already have some Japanese knowledge. Many people who start learning Japanese do so because they are interested in Japanese manga, games, and novels. As such, I believe reading can be a great and enjoyable way to increase one's language knowledge. Throughout this video, I will give my advice on how to approach reading with various types of medium. First off, before you start reading, I highly recommend installing a Japanese-English dictionary on your phone. There are a number of apps, so you can always install a few and find the one you like best. I personally like an app called Japanese Dictionary Takoboto. A nice thing about this app is that the dictionary is downloaded, so it is possible to use the app offline. In addition to a Japanese-English dictionary, I would also recommend installing a Japanese keyboard on your phone. Many phones have the option to install keyboards of multiple languages, so I would first check your phone settings to see if a Japanese keyboard option is available. On my phone, I also have a handwriting keyboard for Japanese that lets me write kanji with my finger. This can be great when you encounter a kanji that you don't know. If your phone doesn't have a Japanese keyboard option, there are also apps like Shimeji that can install a Japanese keyboard on your phone. It is also possible to enable Japanese input on your computer. This will let you switch between typing in English and Japanese. The most basic method on Windows is to use Microsoft's Japanese IME, which can be enabled by going to the Japanese language and region settings on your computer and adding Japanese. The nice thing about this input is that it also has a handwriting input method. Google also has a Japanese input method. One advantage of this input over Microsoft's is that Google's constantly updates the input with popular words and phrases. As such, I feel like Google's IME has a lot better predictive input. Finally, jisho.org is a great, simple online dictionary I often use. Check the video description for links. Now that you have Japanese input and a dictionary ready, let's talk about reading in Japanese. Manga can be a great place to start reading in Japanese, but even with manga, there is a wide range of difficulty. Many seinen manga do not have furigana next to kanji and can have more difficult words. If you are a Japanese beginner, I would look at reading a slice of life manga. One great manga to start with is Yotsubato. It's a slice of life manga that tells the story of a young girl who moves to a new town and the joy of the everyday adventures she has there. The language level is relatively low, with the characters describing everyday activities and objects to a curious child. Once you have a good grasp of Japanese used in daily life, you can start branching to other genres of manga with a wider range of vocabulary. This can serve as a great stepping stone to reading games and novels. For games, visual novels can serve as a wonderful way to supplement language learning. This is for a number of reasons. First, visual novels are often narrated, allowing you to hear what is written. In addition, there is usually a text log, which lets you view and repeat parts of the text. Beyond that, some visual novels offer the option to display both English and Japanese text at the same time. This means you are able to cross-reference words and phrases you are unfamiliar with without necessarily needing a dictionary. One such game that offers this option is Atori, a visual novel for all ages. Beyond visual novels, games marketed towards younger kids often have lower level vocabulary and furigana above kanji, making it easier to read and look up words you don't know. One recent example is Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Checking if a game has a furigana option can be a good idea if you are still learning new kanji. Reading novels in Japanese will require a firm foundation of the language. However, there are some ways to make approaching reading novels in Japanese easier. You can start with reading a novel made for younger readers. Here on Amazon Japan, you can see books listed by their target age group. Some books have separate versions made for younger readers. For example, here is a younger version of Shika no O. This version of the novel has furigana above kanji. Using searches like Jiro Bunko or Jiro Sho can help you find books for younger readers. Another great way to read novels in Japanese is with the Kindle app. The advantage this has over traditional paper books is that you can select and copy words and phrases you're unfamiliar with. In addition, you can even add a Japanese to English dictionary to the app itself, allowing you to see the definitions of words just by selecting them. One final way to enjoy Japanese novels is with audiobooks. I often listen to Japanese light novels with Japan's Audible app. The nice thing about Audible Japan is that it has a monthly subscription that lets you listen to as many books as you like. If you find a book you like, you could always get a hard copy to look at as you listen to the audiobook to connect the words being said to the written text. To wrap things up, I hope this video helped you find an entry point to reading in Japanese. If you have any questions or would like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. And until next time, later.